This guy here is a red kangaroo. He's the biggest species of marsupial left on Earth today, and he's an emblem of Australia. You can't think of Australia or see Australia in a movie without thinking of red kangaroos. And this is what we want to have a talk about today. These guys are found throughout central Australia. Anywhere it's arid, semi-arid, heathland, woodland, these guys have to be built tough for where they live. They live in environments that are regularly over 40 degrees, the best part of the year round, on a daily basis. We wouldn't survive out there for more than a couple of days without water, and these guys do really, really well out there. They do it with a whole variety of adaptations. For a start, we've found that the fur on their back can reflect as much as 30% of the body heat that would be absorbed by them. So they're efficient in that regard. They've got efficient kidneys, so they don't waste any water, urinating more than they have to, like something that lives out east on the coast. They're designed for this environment. On top of that, their habits. These guys structure their day around when it's cooler. So during the day, they'll seek shelter, like the trees and bushes behind me, and they won't just sit on the earth where it's hot. They generally scrape away a couple of inches, and just an inch or two underneath the surface of the sand, it's cooler, and they'll lie on that. So these guys are all about conserving energy, making their life as efficient as possible to take every advantage that they can in this pretty harsh environment. The other thing that these guys have done is they've taken their size to the max. Desert animals often go one of two directions. You either get smaller, so small that you can live off very little resources and occupy a very small area. These guys, on the other extreme, have gotten to a size where if there's no resources left in their area, they have the ability to move a long distance. They've been recorded over the course of a few months traveling 1,300 kilometers to seek better grounds, better pasture, better places to live. And hopping is an incredibly energy efficient way of getting around. Once they're actually going, it works kind of like a pogo stick. Their weight is pushing on those tendons, so the next spring off, they're not pushing so much, it's bouncing off the acceleration that's caused by the last step. So it's an incredibly efficient way to go. It means that these guys can outrun their most common predator, which would be the dingo. Once they get going, they're only using a very small portion of the energy that a dingo has to do the same speed. So these guys can outlast him in that hot, dry environment on a long chase.